should be used to this. This is a review section again from Algebra 1. Does anybody remember the definition of absolute value? It's not a negative value. Absolute value can never be a negative value because the distance between the distance from the number 0. Okay? Now, most students are okay with, hey, if I start at 0, I go a distance of 4, I'm at positive 4. Okay? Most students are okay with that. They got no problem with that. Where they have problems and make mistakes is when they go the other way, distance from 0. Say, well, I'm going to negative 4, so I went a negative distance. Okay? It's like going a negative time. You can't do that unless you're Sheldon and have a time machine, right? Now, what? Big Bang Theory. I don't know. All right, so you two, I would highly suggest paying attention, especially you, since you haven't been here for 2 weeks. Yes, sir. All right, so it's very good. Now, listen. Because I'm going to say this like 10 times, and you guys are still not going to understand this. This 4 represents the distance from 0, right? What do we know about distance? It can never be negative. The distance can never be negative. The location points where you're going to can be negative. Okay? So the locations can be negative. Okay? Think of it this way. Going from your house to school is positive distance, right? So is going from school to your house. You're going opposite ways, right? But you're going a positive distance. Excuse me. Let's do some example problems. Let's look at number 1. Okay, when we solve absolute value problems, we have to consider both cases here, going right and then going left. Okay, make sure that your absolute value term is by itself first. Then consider both cases. X plus 3, whatever's inside, can equal negative 5, that's the location point, or x plus 3 can equal positive 5. Okay, location point, distance. Distance can be positive, location points can be negative or positive. Got it? Then solve for x on both sides, or both equations. Okay, subtract 3 from both sides. Subtract 3. So, no, stop talking. X can equal negative 8, or subtract 3 from both sides. x can equal 2. That's my answer. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and put them back in for x and check it, which is what you should do on every quiz / test. But we don't do tests in here. We only do quizzes. Questions, comments, concerns? Okay, so equations are easy, right? You can do all of these. Number 2, make sure your absolute value term is by itself. It is. Split it up, whatever's inside. 7t plus 3 equals -4, the location point. Or 7t plus 3 can equal the 4 that's there. Positive. Solve each one separate. Stop. God, you guys. 8th grader. All right. Subtract 3. Subtract 3. I get 7t equals -7. Divide by 7. T equals -1. Or subtract 3, subtract 3. 7t equals 1. Divide by 7. So t is going to equal 1/7. Good so far? We need to do the fraction one. Okay, it's by itself. So take what's inside, 1/2 t minus 4, set it to a location point to the left. Or take what's inside, set it to the other side, positive. Have each one separate. See, add 4 to both sides. I get 1/2 t equals +3. Multiply by 2 or 2/1, doesn't matter. And I get t equal, or solve the other one, 8, add 4 to get 8. Where? Oh, okay, I see. Thank you. Okay, so I get 1/2 t equal 5, so t equals what? 10. Okay, and then they're going to just throw some harder equations to solve, that's all. Ready? Ready? Number 4. Is my absolute value by itself? No, it's being multiplied by 2/3. What do I have to do before I split this up? I have to undo multiplication by 2/3. Multiply by 3 or 3/2 is the shortcut. My 3/2 cancel the 1. 1 times the absolute value is indeed the absolute value of 1 plus 2x. What's 2 times 3/2? 3. Yeah, the 2's cancel, I get 3. Is my absolute value by itself. Now I can split it up. Take what's inside, set it to the opposite side of what's there, or set it equal to what's there. Solve each one separately. You subtract 1, I get 2x equal -4. Divide by 2. X equals -2. Or subtract 1, I get 2x equals 2, so x equals what? Here's my answer. Now, number 5 has some asterisks there, so you expect something to happen, right? Of course, Mr. D, otherwise I wouldn't have asterisks. Is my absolute value term by itself? Of course not. What's happening to my absolute value here? Yeah, we're adding 5 to it, so we have to undo the add 5. Subtract 5. I get my absolute value of 2 minus 4x equals -2. Remember the definition of absolute value. What is it? Distance away from 0. Should I continue this problem? This is distance. Should I even continue this problem? Distance can never be negative. Okay? There's no solution to this problem. When you get the absolute value by itself and it equals a negative number, no solution. If you go ahead and solve this and do all the work to it, guess what? I'll have to mark it wrong. So this is where one of those rare situations that you do all the work does not pay off. It's against you. Be careful, especially those people who are not paying attention to me, playing with their phones. Holly Dirk. Don't make that. Number 6. Is my absolute value by itself? Yeah, we got all kinds of things going on here. We gotta get it by itself. So the first thing, I'm not going to divide first. I'm going to add 3 because you got 2 terms here and get real messy with fractions if I divide. You can do it, but it's going to get messy. I'm going to add 3 first to both sides. All right. So I get 5 times the absolute value, 2 minus x equals 15. Then I'm going to divide by 5. See how nicely that worked out? Thank you. Appreciate that. I get the absolute value of 2 minus x equals 3. Now my absolute value is by itself. It equals a positive number. I'm good to go. Take what's inside, set it equal to the opposite of what's there, and take what's inside, set it equal to what's there. Solve each one separate. Subtract 2, subtract 2. I get negative x equals negative 5. So what does x equal? The other one, subtract 2, I get negative x equals 1. Yep, change it to positive, right? Here's my answer. So I gave you a lot of examples. Everybody should get this down packed because inequalities, believe it or not, are trickier. What we're going to do tomorrow. Okay. Part 2 is a little bit more trickier. Your job tonight just the front side, you have 6 whole problems to do. You have 13 hours to get this done. You should walk out of here with no homework, right?